Christian movies you can watch. Unbroken. A Path to Redemption. Louis Zamperini, a World War II hero, deals with nightmares and unforgiveness, but this impacts his marriage and almost tears it apart. In this film, we see the transformation in Louis's life as he becomes a believer and seeks those who tortured him to offer forgiveness. I can only imagine. This film depicts Mersim's main vocalist Bart Millard's life as he grew up in an abusive home and eventually found his talent in singing. We see Bart's journey from unforgiveness for his father turn into forgiveness and inspire the song I Can Only Imagine. Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is a historical film that shows the life of William Wilberforce, a key proponent in stopping the slave trade in England. This film shows the many struggles he faced and the many allies who helped him along the way, and the eventual victory and end of the slave trade in England. Soul Surfer. Soul Surfer is about Bethany Hamilton, a girl who grew up surfing with the dream of becoming a professional, interrupted when attacked by a shark, losing her left arm. We see her journey of faith and her journey to get back to surfing. End of the Spear. This movie portrays the story of 5 missionaries killed in Ecuador from the perspective of the tribe that killed them. We see the change of heart in a whole tribe as they learn of the gospel and embrace the son of one of the missionaries killed as their own. Case for Christ. The Case for Christ is a film based on the life of Lee Strobel and his book by the same name as the movie. Lee starts off trying to disprove the death and resurrection of Christ and searches for evidence but keeps coming up with nothing. As many incidents in life happen, he realizes the truth and freedom of the gospel. Breakthrough. This movie is based on the real story of a boy who, after being stuck under the ice for 15 minutes, is recovered and miraculously fully recovers because of his mother's prayers. This movie depicts the struggles that the family went through and the strengthening of their faith through the ordeal. Miracles from Heaven. In Miracles from Heaven, we see the true story of a girl who falls into a tree and experiences a miracle. Anna Beam was diagnosed with an incurable disease that kept her from digesting food. While searching for answers, Anna finds a miracle when she falls into a tree, and after rescuing her, finds herself free of all symptoms from her disease. Fireproof. A decorated firefighter realizes that while he is saving other people, his marriage is falling apart. He turns to his faith and a Christian book to help him get back on track and save his marriage. War Room. This movie is about Elizabeth, a wife and mother who finds her marriage coming apart despite their success in careers. Things change when Elizabeth meets her newest client, who encourages Elizabeth to invest more time in prayer and her relationship with God. Elizabeth then finds the power of prayer and the impact it has on her attitude and her marriage. God's Not Dead. This film follows a college student who is challenged by others in his belief in God. He then decides to present arguments for the existence of God. We see how God is working in multiple people's lives and as they face challenges to turn to God. Faith Like Potatoes. Faith Like Potatoes follows the story of a farmer in South Africa who finds himself struggling in the middle of a drought. As he faces many challenges, he continues when finding faith and takes a leap of faith and sees God move amazingly. Courageous. Courageous follows for men on the police force who all find they need to step up their game as fathers and husbands. Struggles and temptations arise that threaten their commitment, but they turn to God as their example on how to lead their family, even through tragedy. Overcomer. Overcomer is the story of a reluctant track coach and an unlikely runner. As John Harrison finds himself coaching a sport he knows nothing about, he gets to meet Hannah Scott, who finds herself in a hard time in life. With godly wisdom imparted on John, he can help Hannah become a better runner and grow in her faith despite the obstacles. The Shack. The Shack is a film that follows a grieving father. As he is questioning his beliefs, he gets a mysterious invitation. He then goes to the wilderness where he meets someone named Papa and finds transforming truths even amidst tragedy. Flywheel. Jay Austen is a used car salesman and is good at deceiving his customers. He then has to face his brokenness and realizes that something in his life has to change. He discovers transformation and is surprised by the results when he lives out the truth.